Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Glam Dunk. My name is Becca and today I'm going to do something a little different than I've done before. My mom actually had the idea for this video. So my mom was like 10 to 20 in the 80s, and so she was telling me about, she's told me before about makeup she wore and stuff, and how today we have so many more options, and some of the stuff is still, you know, made today, but no one really uses it anymore, or maybe they do. So we went to Target and CVS the other day, and we picked up makeup that she used to use in the 80s. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my makeup with colors she used in the 80s and using only the products that she had available to her in the 80s. She said basically CoverGirl and Maybelline was basically all she really had. They had L'Oreal, but it was extremely expensive, and so it wasn't really in her price range, and she didn't, she only shopped at the drugstore. So she's very into purple, still is, it's her favorite color, so she used to wear purple eyeshadow and purple lipstick every day, so I'm going to use that. Alright, so I have my banana clip in. I'm very ready. I'm going to try to do this the best I can. She gave me kind of pointers and told me what she used to do. We have some different methods we're going to use. Sneak peek, I have hairspray. I have these guys. And I have a lighter. So it's going to be very interesting. Alright, so to start, she said they didn't have primer or anything like that back in the 80s. So I'm just going to go in on a completely bare face because I kind of want to do it exactly as she would have done it. So she said they didn't have, obviously, like beauty blenders or beauty sponges back then. So they used cosmetic wedges. Target literally didn't have any of these. So we had to go to CVS, and I found it. Of course, it only came in a pack of 32, which I only need one. But I'm going to open these up. And she said they used them dry. Completely dry, no water. Oh, they're infused with hyaluronic acid. Cool. I don't know what I'm going to use the rest of these for. These are tiny. Okay, so the foundation that she used, she said she remembers it was CoverGirl, and it came in a triangular packaging. This is the CoverGirl Clean Liquid Foundation in the shade 110 Classic Ivory. So she's pretty sure this is exactly what she used back in the 80s.
That clean makeup face. For that face, CoverGirl Clean Makeup. It's the only makeup with clean Noxzema ingredients. It not only looks good, it does good.
This is designed for normal skin. I have dry skin, but natural lightweight coverage that feels and looks fresh, water-based, won't clog pores. Ooh, that's, don't smell great. So it doesn't have a pump, of course, so I guess I'll put it on the back of my hand. Oh Lord, okay. Very water-based. Okay, so then I'm just gonna take some on my little cosmetic wedge. Okay, it's dripping everywhere. It smells like eucalyptus or something. Oh God. I don't know if you pounce it in or just drag it. I don't like the smell of it, to be honest. This is weird. I mean, it has coverage. Sorry, that's terrible. I have terrible breakouts coming in. I don't know that it's like the best coverage ever. I mean, it's not the best coverage ever, but it could be worse. But I prefer like one of my tinted products. But this is about all they had back then. We have so many choices nowadays. But I looked up like reviews of this on Target, and it was all people being like, I've used this for literally decades. This must be the same one she used. She just remembered it was CoverGirl and triangular. I should have her smell it. I bet it'll be like nostalgic. Okay, this takes forever to put on foundation with this thing. Oh my god, it's so watery. So comment below what you used to use when you were in your teens. When I was in high school, I wore that, like everybody in the early 2000s did, the Dream Matte Mousse from Maybelline. Even though I have dry skin. Try my nose. I'm just gonna get some from the bottle. The smell is so strong. And it doesn't smell like foundation, it smells like eucalyptus or something. Some ingredients? No, I'll have to look up what that smell is. It doesn't look great on my nose, but it doesn't look terrible. I have foundations I'd much rather wear than this, but it's not terrible. But now that I have the full size, I'm gonna have to use it. So at least it's not terrible, but it's not my favorite. But if this was the only thing available to me, I wouldn't be like devastated. All right, next for concealer, this is the one she used. It is a stick concealer. It is the CoverGirl Smoothers Concealer. I got the shade Neutralizer because it sounded the most interesting to me. She said she doesn't think they have this shade, but again, I bought the full size and I have to use this since I bought it. So I thought this would be good for acne and stuff. But it looks like it's one of those stick concealers that looks like a lipstick. So I think I'm just going to take some on my finger. I'm going to do my under eyes and my acne. It's pretty creamy. I don't think I've ever used a stick concealer, but she said this was all I had. It's hard to get enough to put under here. I mean, you could just, I guess, but I don't know. I don't like doing that, putting it like directly on your face. Even though these probably aren't her colors, because she has a more medium skin tone than me. She has more Italian in her, but I kind of want her to use all this and see if it brings back memories. I feel like you really gotta pile it on there to get anything. Okay, I guess I'll blend it in with, I guess I'll use the wedge. I mean, I don't know that it really did anything. I feel like it helped the acne a little bit. I could see myself using that on acne. I don't think I love it. I mean, it doesn't look bad under my eyes, I guess. I don't think I look great though. It's fine. I'm again, it makes me appreciate having liquid concealers. At least that one's creamy. It's not super dry, but it's hard to get enough under your eyes, in my opinion. Okay, for powder, she said she just remembers using the cheapest CoverGirl basic powder that they had. This is the most basic one we could find at Target. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Mineral Press Powder. I got the shade Translucent Fair. It's just one of these basic powders. She said the hinge would always break on it because it was so cheap. So they may have made improvements on this. All right, so she said they didn't have any brushes, you know, back then, so she just used whatever came with it. So I'm going to try to use this little puff to set my face. I'll try to do it in my eyes, just kind of lightly pat everything. And she told me to no setting spray, so I'm going to look pretty dry today, probably. It's not terrible. Again, we have so many more powder options nowadays. I can see it giving me the tiniest bit of coverage. back in high school, before I wore that dream cover stuff, I used to just put on powder every morning, this kind of powder, and think that did something. It didn't. And then my mom, from a senior picture, put black eyeliner, my waterline. And I was like, whoa. Then I wore black eyeliner every day of my senior year. I didn't discover makeup properly until college. I'm gonna put barely any on my nose. Not terrible, not the best. I feel like you can still see a lot of my skin issues through this, but I thought it was gonna be a lot worse, to be honest. So, okay, all right. And I thought that powder was gonna make me look super dry, and don't be tricked. It made me look dry, but I could look drier. So for eyebrows, they did not fill them in any way. She said all they did was take Aquanet hairspray, spray it on a spoolie, and not put them up or anything like we do now, but just get them to stay. I don't have Aquanet because it's 2022, but I do have Bedhead Masterpiece hairspray. So I'm going to spray that on a spoolie and just put my brows down, I guess. Okay, ready? Okay, she said just put them down so they stay in place. And that's it. Just hairspray, nothing else. Okay, I'd like them to be filled in, but that's fine. They didn't do that back then. So for the cheeks, she said no bronzer, no highlighter, just blush. She said they started getting bronzer later in the decade, but when they used bronzer back then, they just did their entire face. They didn't, contour with it or make themselves cheekbones. It was just, you would just make yourself with bronzer. She only used blush. So she said these are what they use, the CoverGirl Clean Classic Color Blushes, just these little cheeker kind of blushes. She said I think they were called cheekers, but they didn't have that exact name. This is the shade Soft Meek. There's a lid. No, I just put a dent in it already. How do you close this? Oh. What? Am I dumb? Oh, God. You gotta like build this yourself? Like DIY put together? What the hell? It's a DIY blush. What are you doing? Oh my God. Oh, okay. So you gotta build it yourself, apparently. Now that I have blush under my fingernail. Okay, that was odd. So then I guess that's cheap. Okay. So now that I have a dent out of the blush, again, she used these little things that come with it. So I'm going to use this lovely high quality brush. And she said just apples of the cheeks and kind of everywhere. No highlighter, no bronzer. It's just, oh Lord, that's powdery. Okay. Oh, that's the powderiest blush I've ever used. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to vacuum today. Oh my God. Can barely see it. I'm piling it on. I remember her having these a long time ago, but like before I did makeup, like when I was little, these little cheeker things. They looked a little different back then, but wow, this is the most powdery blush I've ever used. I'm piling it on because you can barely see it, dude. It does give a little glow. You can kind of see that. This is the weirdest packaging. You can kind of see in the pan it is kind of glowy, so it does kind of mimic a highlighter right here. Okay, it could be worse. It could be worse, but it's not my favorite. It's just amazing to me, like my mom said too, they still sell all of this, you know. She was able to find me a version of everything she used. I guess that's enough. It's not the best color for my skin tone. This is terrible. I feel like I don't know. It could be worse, but it's not great. And it's the most powdery blush I've ever used in my entire life. And the having to assemble it. I went to journalism school, not engineering. I don't want to do that. All right, on to eyes. She said that this is the exact palette she believes that she used. This is the CoverGirl Pure Romance eyeshadow palette. Again, like I said, she liked to use purples. I mean, she still does, but back then all she used was purples. Obviously, she said no eye primer or anything like that, just this. So this eyeshadow quad and the wedges, the sponges, are the two things we had to go to CVS for because Target didn't have this exact one, and this is the exact one she believes she used. So she said they came in like 3s and 4s, like trios and quads back then. So this one has like a kind of pearly white, lavender, I guess that's a lid shade, purple, and like a gray. All right, so this is the, yeah, eye enhancers. I remember her having these too, like in the 90s or something like that. So it did come with this little sponge thing, of course. So I guess I'll use that for my lid, but I need a brush to blend it out into my crease. I guess I'll take this lavender shade right here, and I'll put that in my crease. It's very powdery again. She does purples, you know, all the time. It's her favorite color, but I rarely do purple because I feel like it looks bad on me. I'm not into cool tones really. I like warm tones. But for the sake of this video, I'll give this to her to have after I film this. I don't want to keep it because I'll never wear these colors outside of this video, but that's really light. I think this color just might be too light for my skin tone, but you can barely see it. How many of our generation's kids, like millennials kids, are gonna do a video like this one day and use that dream matte mousse? Guarantee you. Do you guys remember those lip flips? I'll have my sister insert a picture where it was like lip smackers or Bonnabelle or whatever, and it was the lipstick and you like pushed the little dial up and it popped out of the top, the lipstick. I loved those. I would do anything for them to bring those back because I remember having like 50 of those and just loving them. See if they remade them, they could use them in videos like this. I think that's the best it's gonna get. It's a very light color. Let's try to do the outer corner with that gray color. Let's use this grayish purple. These aren't very pigmented. Or if they maybe they are pigmented, but they're just really light. Yeah, let me know what makeup you used when you were in like high school, middle school, or whatever, because I'm very curious. Ask your mom what she used, because this is funny. Because shockingly, it may still exist at the store. It's kind of like how some Revlon shades like Marilyn Monroe wore or Cindy Crawford wore in the 90s and stuff, they still have them. They have like vintage colors that have existed for years. So, all right, we can barely tell. I'm gonna use this lovely spongy applicator clean and use the purple right here as my lid shade. Okay. I thought this was going to be a lot more pigmented, and it's just not. I feel like I'm going to sneeze with how much powder I have on me. This makes me appreciate the eyeshadow that we have now, because if this is all I had available to me, I wouldn't be super into it. Because it's not great. It's pretty bland. It's just very light and very basic. Okay. I guess I'll highlight my brow bone with this white. I don't know if they did that or not. I don't really want to highlight my brows right now because there's nothing in them, but I wouldn't buy them now because we have so much more available to us. But if you want a very light look. So next, of course, is black eyeliner. This is what she used. Exactly this very, very long Wet n Wild kohl eyeliner. These are like $1. She said they would always love them because they were $1 and super long. Get a lot of products for cheap, or that maybe back then they were like 50 cents. I don't know. So the trick with this though, why I had the lighter, is because this wasn't very creamy back in the day. If I can get it out of this package. And so they would light it on fire. She's told me about this for a very long time, but I've never tried it myself. You light the end of the eyeliner to kind of melt it. If I can get it out of this packaging. 90% of my videos are just me trying to open stuff. Okay, here we go. So you take the black one and you would light it on fire. Now, today this might be super creamy and it might be unnecessary. Let's watch and see. I've never used this before. Oh, that's creamy as heck. So, I don't think you need to light it on fire nowadays, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna light it on fire very quickly. I don't have a little lighter because I don't smoke anything. So I'm gonna use the one we light our fire pit and barbecue with outside, but I'm very scared. I'm just gonna like, okay. Pray for me, okay? Oh, okay. Let it. Okay. And then and she said only on the water line. Hopefully it's not hot. Okay. It's so long it's hitting my mirror and I can't even. Oh, that's warm. That made it kind of smudgy. It probably would have looked better if I would have just used it not burnt. But that looks hilarious. I look like those ladies that are stuck in the 80s that still put the huge black line under their eyes. You don't have to do that anymore. You don't want to. You can if you want, but it seemed more creamy before I lit it on fire, but we'll try one more time for my left eye. I'm trying to keep the lighter and the hairspray away from each other. Don't want it to be too warm. That's warm. That's warm. Like literally to get ready for the day, you had to freaking light a pencil on fire. Like, so lucky to live in an era of creamy eyeliners. Comment down below if your mom lit her pencils on fire. It makes it very bubbly. I look hilarious. Well, I looked pretty normal until I did the black eyeliner, and now I look like Bryce Harper with his eye black. I think this is a good eyeliner. I'd like to try it not lit on fire because it seemed very creamy and very black, but no. I feel very, very bad that they had to light it on fire to be creamy, but I think, yeah, see? Okay, that's on fire, and that is not. So it's actually more black and creamier, not lit on fire. So hopefully it'll get back to that dark of a color once I sharpen it. But you don't need to light this on fire anymore because apparently they have updated the quality and it's much creamier and blacker than it used to be. All right, next, you already know this one's coming. Duh. I've never tried this before. This is Maybelline Great Lash. This was all they had back then. And for some reason, they still make it today. So I got the shade Very Black. This just feels very 80s and 90s to me.
It not only looks good, it is good. Great Lash, conditions as it thickens, by Maybelline.
But this is what she used. Okay, so this is what the wand looks like. We're gonna try it. Again, I've never tried this mascara before. These lashes over here won't stick up. Oh no. It's going over. It's very wet. It's way too wet and like it doesn't put up my lashes. I need volume. Give me volume. No thanks. That's not good. No. No. I'll do this eye, but it's a no for me, dog. No, 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 no. No. You know, we weren't looking bad. We really weren't. And then the eyeliner started and the mascara decided to come play, and it's not good anymore. The eyeliner's hilarious, to be honest. It says big. It's not true. It's not big. It's not making my lashes volumized at all. It did a little better on this one, but no. It's very wet and it takes forever to get it to like do anything, and it completely ruined. I just have black everywhere on this eye now, so no. No. I think it's time to retire this, and it's time to move on. Now that I have raccoon eyes, let's go ahead and put on the lipstick. She used the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick, of course. She said this color, the shade is closest to what she used. It's called Iced Amethyst. It's a pearl in 625, a shade I would never wear. But this is what she wore.
It's Revlon.
Revlon lips never lie.
The most unforgettable women in the world wear Revlon.
Let's put on Iced Amethyst. I don't wear purple lipstick. I just don't. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Oh, no lip planner, by the way. No, ma'am. I hate metallic lipsticks. And I don't like purple on me. I can 100% picture my mom wearing this, but I look hilarious. These are like the best lipsticks you can get at the drugstore though, truly. They are classic and timeless. I'm not knocking the formula whatsoever. It's the shade on me. I have like all those like vintagey Revlon colors because they're so pretty, like cherries in the snow. That's what Marilyn Monroe wore. But she didn't finish here. That wasn't the end of the lip. She would put on a gloss on top, but not just any gloss. It was a Lip Smackers roller gloss, like with a roller ball. When I was at Target, they didn't have any Lip Smackers roller balls, and neither did CVS, but I did get these at Target. These are the More Than Magic, never heard of that brand, must be a kid's brand, rollerball lip gloss set. This is the closest thing we could find. So says it comes with Apple Crisp, Cotton Candy Cloud, and Lucky You Honeydew. Obviously I'm going to use cotton candy if I can figure out which is which. Although I should just use the purple one. That would make the most sense. But she said she literally used Lip Smackers. I couldn't find roller balls from Lip Smackers anymore. We have Apple Crisp, Lucky You Honeydew, and Cotton Candy Cloud. This one I'm fine with. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, it's just a clear gloss, so she would put this on top of this. So let's do that. Oh my god, it was hilarious. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I feel like I'm putting on Claire's makeup. Alright. Okay. Now that I gotta clear this off. It's my OCD, even though I could care less about this. No. I'm so glad we have more high quality lip glosses than roller balls now. I don't like this lip combo on me. It's not sticky actually, it's actually okay. Again, no setting spray, nothing like that. This is it. This is the final look. This is what my mom wore in the 80s. I'll have to pop a picture somewhere of what she looked like in the 80s. We probably look like twins. I'm excited to go show her how I look. This was the journey, you know. We used these lovely things. We used hairspray, we used a lighter, and this is where we got. I think it's hilarious that everything is still made that she used back then in some way, shape, or form. I didn't like using these. This was not fun. No, I like a beauty blender. The foundation, it was fine. It's not my favorite. I'll use it, but I could look a lot worse. The smell is just, no, it smells like eucalyptus. It gives me a headache. It did dissipate, but the concealer, I'll use it for zits. I did not like it under my eyes. I don't think it looks terrible, but the concealer, I'll use it on acne for sure. I think it did a decent job with that, but not on my under eyes. I didn't like it on my under eyes, really. It looks fine, but it just, no. The powder, shockingly, it wasn't terrible. I'll use it. I'll put it in my purse or something in case I get sweaty or something. I don't know. But it could look worse. To be honest, I look pretty okay in the complexion department. This wasn't terrible, to be honest, which I'm honestly pretty shocked by. The eyebrow method with just hairspray, no. I need to fill them in. Honestly, I feel uncomfortable when they're not filled in. Blush. First of all, the assembling of the blush, the like Lego building I had to do in order to like put it together, that's not necessary anymore. I don't know why that needed to happen. Also, way too powdery, which I guess I assumed was going to happen with a cheekers or whatever these are called, but it's not terrible. I like that it has a glow, so it's kind of like I have a highlighter on, but there's so many better options out there now. You don't need this. The eyeshadow, this is either way too light or not pigmented enough. I can't tell. I don't like it. There's so many better options for eyeshadow, even at the drugstore than this. I don't recommend this anymore. The eyeliner, it actually swatched really nice until I lit it on fire. So don't light it on fire like they did in the 80s, just use it. But it looked really nice and pigmented. But you get, it's huge. It's huge. So you get a bang for your buck, but I don't think it looks good on me lit on fire. And I don't do a big line like this. I usually only put it in the waterline. It doesn't need to go this far down, but I was trying to emulate what they did in the 80s, but no, don't light it on fire. This was terrible. No, it sucks that this is all they had back in the 80s because I don't really like it. It's too wet or something, and we kind of got there with some volume, but it just, they wouldn't stay up on the inside lashes. They wouldn't stay up, and for something called big, which I assume means volume, you would think they would, but I don't like this. Lipstick. I love this formula. I love Revlon's lipsticks. I don't like this color on me because it's metallic and it's purple, and I don't like it on me. But I do recommend any of these Revlon lipsticks in a shade that you will enjoy on yourself. No, don't buy it. It's no. But there are much better lip glosses available to us nowadays, but it wasn't horrible. I don't know what I'm going to do with these because I don't really want to use them, but it was fine. At least it's not sticky or anything, but they're not terrible, but like, I don't think anybody's going to want these nowadays. But if you do, I guess they're not bad. So basically what this video taught me is that we should all be grateful for the incredible makeup advancements in technology, makeup technology that we have made, because some of these products are just so But if this was all that my mom had available to her in the 80s, so this is what she had to use, and you know, I don't look horrific, but I don't look good, in my opinion. Again, it's probably because I would never use purple eyeshadow, really, and this lipstick is not something I would ever wear. But I do feel very 80s. I do, with my banana clip and my eyeliner. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it was a fun little thing, throwback. You should ask your mom or your grandma or whoever in your life, your aunt, whatever, what makeup they wore back in when they were in like high school, and it's kind of funny to see if they still have it and kind of see the quality of it now and see how it is, and you know, maybe you can build your own blush. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was either funny or nostalgic for you. Again, let me know what you used back when you were in high school or in the 80s or whatever, 90s. Please subscribe to my channel and follow me on social media. I would really appreciate it. I will see you in my next video. Bye. I think my cat is making dream noises over there. Oh God. But this is all that people had available to them. Oh, you know what I could do?